cause of Atreus can be traced back to Tantalus, king of Lydia. He invited the gods to a bouquet and served the flesh of his own son, Pelops. So, in a stew to test their omniscience, all the gods recognized what they were served immediately. Tantalus' transition against the gods was the act that kept the divine and mortal from ever celebrating together again. Pelops had two sons, who is Atreus and Thyestes. So Thyestes fell in love with Atreus' wife, and Atreus killed his brother's children and fed them to him. Pelops' sister Niobe was married to a son of Zeus, and they ruled Thebes together. She bore 14 children. She asked the people to worship her instead of Leto, the mother of Apollo and Artemis. So the twins turned Niobe and her children into stone. So Theseus became the king of Mycenae again, while Atreus' son Agamemnon and Menelaus went into exile. The two brothers solicited the help of King Tyndareus of Sparta, who marched on Mycenae and restored Agamemnon to the throne of a rich and powerful state. By killing a cousin, Agamemnon acquired Clytemnestra, Tyndareus' daughter, as his wife. So Menelaus married the beautiful Helen, and Tyndareus allowed him to rule Sparta. However, a Trojan prince named Paris abducted Helen, which precipitated the Trojan War. So Agamemnon became the head of the Greek forces and left Mycenae for 10 years to fight the Trojans. His wife Clytemnestra had little love for Agamemnon, so he had killed her first husband, sacrificed their daughter Iphigenia to Artemis to allow the Greek fleet to sail, and taken a number of mistresses. To avenge herself, Clytemnestra took her husband's arch-rival, Aegisthus, for her lover, and with him she plotted Agamemnon's death. When her husband returned victorious from Troy, Clytemnestra greeted him warmly, although he had brought Cassandra, her foreign mistress, home with him. So the prophetess freaked out because she saw the palace as a house hated by the gods. She knew that she and Agamemnon would die that day. Clytemnestra killed him and felt no sorrow because she was sure she had avenged her daughter. Agamemnon's other children were Electra and Orestes. So Orestes killed her and was immediately pursued by the shadowy figures of the fairies. It would be many years before they ceased pursuing him. He pleaded in the temple of Athena, arguing he had atoned for his sins, something a member of his family had never done. So Athena heard his pleas, and the fairies stopped their pursuit. Thank you. So the sacrifice of Iphigenia is like an alternative tale. Her sacrifice was meant to appease the wrath of Artemis over the death of one of her creatures. So when she was laid to the altar, Artemis replaced Iphigenia's body with that of a stag and took her to the faraway land of the Taurians. So she was made a priestess in a temple where they sacrificed Greeks. And then years later, Orestes and his cousin appeared in the country. They had been charged with the mission of stealing the image of Artemis in the temple and taking it back to Athens so that Orestes could atone for his sins. So they were caught and brought to Iphigenia to be prepared for sacrifice.